As we continue to watch Dragon approaching the International Space Station, thruster firings again automatically programmed. As Dragon fine-tunes its path to the station, we're continuing to receive updates from the launch pad at Baikonur. The three Soyuz MS-25 crew members, Tracy Dyson, Oleg Novitsky, and Marina Vasilevskaya, are conducting leak checks on their Sokol launch and entry suits inside the descent module. The Soyuz 2.1A booster fully fueled, ready for launch 1.5 hours from now.
And back with you on 2 Laurel. At waypoint 2, Dragon will briefly pause to align for docking, then automatically resume approach.
Copy, brief pause at waypoint 2.
Laurel O'Hara acknowledging the call from spacecraft communicator David Brenna here in Mission Control. As is planned, the Dragon cargo ship will put the brakes on for just a brief period of station keeping at what is called Waypoint 2, a distance of just 20 meters from the docking port on the space-facing side of Harmony. Once those diagnostics are complete, then the go will be given for final approach and docking.
Station Houston on 2 for Matt.
Here in Mission Control, Flight Director Ronak Dave will be polling his team of flight controllers to get a go for approach to Waypoint 2. A good view of Dragon, its nose cap open, on automated approach for a docking that is scheduled at about 6:16 a.m. Central Time, 7:16 a.m. Eastern Time, some 9 minutes from now. Flight controllers at Hawthorne, California for SpaceX report the Dragon's systems are now configured for docking. Dragon now on final approach, crossing the 100-meter mark. All of Dragon's systems in excellent shape. A final poll being taken here in Mission Control for a go for docking. All the flight control positions here in Mission Control have pulled go for docking. Dragon now 80 meters away. Once again, the view you're seeing is the same view that Mike Barrett and Laurel O'Hara are privy to in the cupola as they monitor Dragon's final approach for contact and capture that is scheduled about 8 minutes from now, about 5 minutes actually from now. Dragon and the International Space Station now flying some 262 statute miles over the South Atlantic, about to begin a southwest to northeasterly swing that will carry it across the west coast of Africa a short time from now. Now approaching 50 meters. We're in a momentary handover between satellites on the tracking and data relay satellite system. We'll get back the video signal here shortly.
Houston Station on 2 for AirPop.
With you on 2, go ahead.
We're seeing on our pop on SSC 16 that we're getting ranges from node 2 forward DP to visiting vehicle DP. The corridor is showing good though.
Laurel, we copy. We're going to have Pluto fix it from here.
Thanks.
Dragon now 30 meters away. Dragon now approaching the final gate called Waypoint 2. Right before docking, you'll hear a call, the CHOP call. That's the acronym for Crew Hands-Off Point, where the crew no longer will have the capability to issue an abort command in the unlikely event a last-second technical issue would crop up.
And Station Houston on 2 for Laurel. We think it'll be faster if you do it yourself, and you can do that by pressing Control F8. You'll have to keep cycling through it until you get what you want.
We are all
Station Houston on Spacer Ground 2. Dragon is on final approach and is go for docking. Monitor percepts 5 and 6 and 1.102 Dragon approach and retreat monitoring.
Copy, go for docking. We're in step 5. We see range at 17 meters, attitude as expected.
We copy, good words.
Laurel O'Hara acknowledging a distance of about 17 meters separating Dragon from station. We're about 3 minutes away from contact and capture. You're looking right down the barrel of the zenith or space-facing docking port of the Harmony module of the International Space Station, where the Dragon cargo ship will spend the next 5 weeks. "11 meters away. Dragon very stable, nominal rates reported. Moving inside the 10-meter mark. "7 meters now separating Dragon and the space station. Crew is standing by. "5 meters now. Good orientation by Dragon, very stable. "2 meters away, standing by for contact and capture. Crew is now hands off, no abort commands capable anymore. And we have contact and capture, soft capture complete at 6:19 a.m. Central Time, 7:19 a.m. Eastern Time, as Dragon and the space station flew 262 miles over the South Atlantic just west of Africa. Once again, now we're waiting for relative motion between the two vehicles to dampen out before the initiation of the 12 hooks on Dragon that will form a hard mate between itself and the International Space Station. The docking ring retraction is now in progress. That basically pulls the two vehicles tightly together.
Copy.
Once again, docking occurring at 6:19 a.m. Central Time, 7:19 a.m. Eastern Time, as the International Space Station and the SpaceX Dragon cargo craft flew over the South Atlantic just west of Africa. The Dragon cargo craft completing a textbook 2-day journey following its launch on Thursday afternoon from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. Two Dragons now at the station. This cargo Dragon at the zenith or space-facing port. The Crew 8 Dragon that brought Matt Dominic, Mike Barrett, Jeanette Epps, and Alexander Grabenkin to the station earlier this month at the forward port of Harmony. We are standing by for the initiation of the hooks on Dragon to begin to close. Two gangs of 6 hooks apiece that will form a hard mate between Dragon and the station. Then an umbilical is extended that provides power between the station and Dragon, so Dragon can draw station power for the duration of its 5-week stay on board. We now have a good alignment between Dragon and the international docking adapter to which Dragon linked up to just a couple of minutes ago. And while we're standing by for the initiation of the hooks to close, just a note, at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, we're 1 hour, 12 minutes away from the launch of Soyuz MS-25. The crew is on board. The vehicle is fully fueled, ready for launch at 7:36 a.m. Central Time, 8:36 a.m. Eastern Time. Launch coverage will begin at the top of the hour on NASA Television and NASA Plus at 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern.
Station Houston, MCS configured, proceeding with hook driving.
Copy.
And that call from spacecraft communicator David Brenna here in Mission Control to Laurel O'Hara indicates that we should be seeing the initiation of the hooks driving on Dragon to form a hard mate between itself and the ISS a short time from now. The first set of hooks now driving. This is Mission Control Houston. Once again, we're waiting for the completion of the driving of the hooks to form a hard mate between the newly arrived Dragon cargo craft, which linked up to the International Space Station's Harmony module, the Zenith or space-facing port, about 10 minutes ago at 6:19 a.m. Central Time, 7:19 a.m. Eastern Time. And we're now hearing that the second set of hooks are now driving and engaging.
Station Houston on space to ground 2. Hard capture complete.
And we have a hard mate.
Mission copies, hard capture complete. Congratulations to NASA and SpaceX. It was a beautiful approach and docking from up here. We're looking forward to getting into Dragon and getting going on all the research on board. And also finding all the goodies too.
Hey, thanks so much for the words, Laura. We really appreciate it.
This is Mission Control Houston. You heard the confirmation of hooks closed, forming a hard mate between Dragon and the Harmony module's Zenith International Docking Adapter. So the cargo vehicle carrying 3 tons of supplies and science equipment to the station, now firmly in place. An umbilical is being attached between Dragon and the station so Dragon can receive station power. Meanwhile, at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, you're looking live at the Soyuz MS-25 on the launch pad. It's pad 6, site 31 at the Central Asian Spaceport, as the countdown has passed the T-minus 1 hour 5 minute mark. On board the descent module, encapsulated in the upper stage of the Soyuz booster, are NASA's Tracy Dyson, Roscosmos Soyuz commander Oleg Novitsky, and Belarus spaceflight participant Marina Vasilevskaya. They are ready to launch at 7:36 a.m. Central Time, 8:36 a.m. Eastern Time, on a 2-day journey to reach the International Space Station. Our coverage will begin at the top of the hour at 7 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. This is Mission Control Houston. Docking now confirmed and complete with the extension and attachment of the umbilical between the station and the Dragon cargo craft that linked up to the Harmony module at 6:19 a.m. Central Time, 7:19 a.m. Eastern Time. It was a perfect 2-day journey from its launch at the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station on Thursday to its arrival on the station today for a 5-week delivery mission. So with that, we'll wrap up our coverage temporarily here from Mission Control. We'll be back on the air in just 27 minutes at the top of the hour with our Soyuz launch coverage, sending another crew to the International Space Station. In the meantime, this is Mission Control Houston.